Yesterday, we were discussing about some introduction to S/4HANA, and we also discussed like what are the different technologies driving today's economy, digital economy, and whatever it is. We discussed about what is big data, IoT, and we also discussed about compute. Then after, we try to understand like what is S/4HANA, what is HANA, whether it's a database or it's a reporting tool, and what components HANA has, like say in memory, parallel processing, multi-core, fuzzy search, like what all the features S4 HANA is offering. And the next we discussed what's the need for a new business suite. Okay. So as ERP was working fine and ERP was mounted on HANA, it was fast, good, but why you need S4 HANA? So we had just discussed like why we need that S4 on the new product S4. Right. So today we will be discussing about BP, business partner, the first concept of this S4 HANA. So we are not going to discuss about this particular enterprise structure because enterprise structure, I hope it's the same thing. Nothing has been changed in the enterprise structure, and as you know, enterprise structure. So we'll directly go to BP. So before going to discussion of BP, let me show you and give you little more clarity of what we discussed yesterday. See, out of what we discussed yesterday, just a minute. Yeah. So out of what we discussed yesterday, if you have still, like say 1%, you could not understand what exactly is this S4 or what, I'll tell you exactly clearly now. See, this was happened first. That is, as we have seen, SAP ERP was working on any database. It can be Oracle, it can be D2V, it can be any database SAP was working earlier, fine, right? But once HANA has come into the picture, and which is a SAP's property of database, then what they have done, they have mounted this SAP ERP, whatever we are using today, onto, let me take a screenshot, sorry. So they have mounted this onto S4 HANA. You see that this is the HANA database, and ERP has been moved on to HANA. So the speed was tremendous. It was good when ERP was running on HANA rather than on other database. Speed was good. So the next thing is rewriting the finance. The reason is finance, as I told you, you have lots and lots of things in the finance. So they want to simplify the finance and call it a simple finance. So what I have done, you can see HANA database. You can see the same ERP what was there earlier, but finance was called as simple finance in new product. So once finance was so successful with the first version launch of 1503 simple finance, then next they also want to include logistics part. As I told you, there is no word coined by SAP called as simple logistics. You see, there is S4 HANA Finance. Then after it was S4 Core, digital core. That's it. There is no simple logistics or something. But in the everyday use, we are using it as a simple logistics. So then after the 1503 version, then next come is the 1511 version, which includes HANA as a database, and there is no ERP now. Okay, the ERP has been completely rewritten as S4 HANA Core, which includes finance and logistics, both. So now there is no ERP. Okay, so this is how they have the version has been evolved. 1511, then after 1610, and then after 1709. We will be seeing very recently 18XX. It can be 1809 or 1810, 1811, whatever it is can be. Maybe it can be 1809. So why SAP has giving these versions? As I told you, only in the on-premise. Okay, see, coming to these versions, again, you have three options. One is on-premise, and one is cloud, Another one is hybrid cloud, where you can take the SAS as a like SAS service, like software as a service, and you can run your SAP. So why SAP is coming with versions like this? Why can't it give product in one go? The reason is they need to rewrite lot of programs. They need to do lot of native integrations. So if you see in the 1511, this is the first logistics where you see in the HANA suite, the company's enterprise management. When it came to 1610, you can see many line of businesses has been added here, oil and gas, retail, and you can see the PPDS from the demand planning, which is part of APO module earlier, has brought in here. And they have brought this EWM module as an embedded module here. Now it is a embedded EWM. Right? And availability check, we used to perform only ATP, right? Now it is advanced ATP. Some concept has been rewritten, or whichever is so successful in other modules, they have brought it and put it on the 1610. Coming to 1709, the same thing again. There was lots of more added. So what SAP is doing is it's a roadmap. It cannot give the complete product in one go. They started rewriting the programs. So why? Because earlier it was a distributed landscape. So you have CRM in one server, you have GTS in one server, you have SRM in one server, EWM in one server. But now what happened? These all modules are going to sit on only one platform called as HANA, right? So then they should be, the program should be rewritten. Why? Because earlier we used to communicate through interfaces, middlewares. But now you don't need that. Why? Because everything is sitting on the same platform. So they need to rewritten the program, whatever is not required to remove it. So that's the reason it's taking time. So if you see, this is the evolution happened from 1511 to 1610, 1611 to 1709, which we are using it at the present day. Okay, just excuse me, I need to send a link to one. I'll just send the link. Okay. Just excuse me 2 minutes. I'll share the link. I'll share it to them. Yeah, any questions by the time from yesterday's session or something, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Praveen.
Yeah.
Praveen Niharika here.
So,
just wondering, like, what is the significance of 4? Like, we are calling it as S4 HANA, right?
It's like the fourth generation. That's it. Nothing more. Like, see, it can be called as 4. You can, as I told you, S don't have a standard thing, and 4 also don't have a standard thing. Some things sometimes we call S as a simplified. Sometimes we call it as suite, like that. The same way, 4 is also like fourth generation sometimes, or suite for HANA. Got it?
Just like ABAP is in 4th generation language.
It is something like that. It's something like that, but there is no constructive saying that it should be only like this or that. Okay. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes we call it as I told you, S means simplification or simple, or S means suite. Why? Because first SAP has come up with suite on HANA. So S is carrying out like this. Then 4 means simple for finance. 4 like FR kind of thing. Instead of writing FOR, something like that. Or else you can take it as 4th generation. But there is no significance saying that you should call only like this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And one more thing is like, as you said, like there are no different systems like TM, EW, all. Everything has been integrated in this one. BW and app, it just like we heard some terms like ABAP and HANA like yesterday, and BW and HANA. So these things are particularly used for, like, it's different, totally different, whatever we will be seeing here, right?
Yes, yes. See, ABAP used to, like, what are the program we used to write for the ERP? But now it comes to HANA, they need to change something, right? We have seen the code push down. It is not,
Yeah.
that's the way you write earlier. So that's the reason now we call it as ABAP for HANA. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So as I just told you, so EWM has been brought on to S4 HANA. So let's also see how the evolution happened of this EWM onto HANA. You see, EWM, when it was introduced in 2005, 2006, it was sitting on SCM server, supply chain server, like this in a separate server, and it was connected to ERPs, right? It was connected to ERPs. It was a separate license altogether, and it's a separate server. When the first version of HANA was released in the 1511, still this SAP EWM was sitting on SEM server, and it was connected to now S4 HANA. Earlier it was ERP. Now it was connected to, that means in the 1511 version, it was connected to HANA. But when they have integrated this EWM into HANA in the 2000, that is 1610 version, I just showed you, right? Now you see on-premise. Now EWM is not integrating with anything else. Why? Because it's a part of S4 HANA logistics. You have WM, you have EWM. What's the purpose of having both? That is, there are many clients running still on WM. They cannot straight away remove it. So WM will be there for some time. Once all the clients migrate onto this complete EWM, then they'll for sure remove this WM. Why? Because again, it's a redundancy, right? Using both the things same. But as customers are still using this, they have kept the same. If not, they would have removed it. So this is how it started, and now EWM, like it's not only EWM. I'm taking just a scenario of EWM, but you take GTS, you take any other new dimensional module, or you take IS retail, any IS modules, which is having and sitting in a new box earlier. Everything is coming onto one platform called as HANA. Okay. So this is how it is getting evolved, right? You see here where the EWM was part of 1610. It's extended warehouse management, embedded EWM. Right. So that's how this evolution all happened coming to this particular S4 HANA. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Anyone
Just
who watched the video yesterday? Yeah, Nihar, any question? Go ahead.
yeah. Actually, this is for HANA on premise, and one more is yesterday,
Cloud.
as we saw, is for HANA Cloud. So,
Cloud,
like,
yes.
which one, like, yeah, most of the companies, I mean, most of the clients who, what they prefer most, like, to go for on-premise, or like on-premise, nothing but what I believe that it is the server they will be
Yes.
they keeping by their own, right?
Yes. See, two
So,
things
like,
here.
most what,
Yeah, it's again two things here. One depends upon the complete the way company do the business. Say suppose a bank where your data is so critical, right? Or a credit scoring company where your data is so critical, they cannot put it on cloud. They want to have their own on-premise because it's everything under their control. Got it? But you take some other company, they don't mind. Like that means see, it's not that critical data for them. So what they can do instead of investing on hardware, see if it's on-premise, you need to invest lots of on hardware and infrastructure. But if it's on cloud, you don't need to upfront put money, right? You just take the subscription on the cloud from SAP.
okay.
Okay, this is the difference. So it's not about whether you want to go for cloud or it's not about on-premise. It depends upon the business, the way you do, and how you want to take the cost. Whether you want to put upfront and you have your own infrastructure, or you just go it as a SaaS, software as a service. Go onto the cloud and take the subscription, use it. And again, you
I
have
think
cloud,
Praveen,
private cloud,
yeah,
and you have
Praveen,
hybrid cloud. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. hybrid cloud.
Yeah, I think Praveen, this is one of the major sales point, SAP is looking forward, the cloud version.
Yes, yes,
Is
cloud,
it?
cloud, yes. Because
Because so many, it is affordable, yeah.
it is one affordable, and second thing is it can be reached to even SMEs, small, medium enterprises as well.
More.
There is a notion
Yes.
that SAP is only for big companies, right? If you want to implement SAP and run
Mm.
on SAP, there is a notion that it's only for big companies. But with this cloud, you don't need to upfront. See, very recently, 1.5 months back, in Hyderabad for a very big pharma giant, we commissioned 4 servers for 12 crore rupees. 4 servers costed 12 crore rupees. This is only servers I'm talking about, not other infrastructure, licenses, and other things. Okay. So why you need to spend this upfront? Why? Because server, what is that? Out of five, after 5 years, you don't get the same value, right?
Mm.
So if you go to cloud, you have an option. You pay while you use, like Netflix, like
Uh-huh.
Amazon Prime.
Mhm.
Right? Is it clear, everyone? Niharika?
Yeah, it is clear. And for cloud services, for
Hmm.
cloud to get that cloud thing,
Hmm.
does SAP have some integration with like Amazon Web Services or
Yes,
something
yes,
like
yes.
that?
They have the tie-ups with the data service providers, the data centers. It can be AWS or it can be others, where you can choose.
Okay.
As I told you, if it is SAP has, if you want to go for on-premise,
Mhm.
SAP has 7 preferred partners with 900 plus configurations.
Mhm.
Likewise, it has tie-ups with the data centers where you can choose and you can go with the SAP on the cloud.
But you need to pay to only to SAP, right? You no need to pay to that cloud because
Everything
as it is
is
already
included. It's included. You don't need to
okay.
again get in touch with Amazon or something. It's everything's included as a subscription. SAP will give you everything. You don't need to talk to the service providers or hardware providers again. They're on the cloud.
Okay.
Okay.
And this cloud service is cheaper, right? For
See, one thing, if you go to on-premise, what happens is initially it would be expensive for you, but you have your own resource with you. If you go to the cloud,
Mhm.
you don't have any resource with you. You pay
Yeah.
the day you stop, nothing is in your hand, right?
Mhm.
But in on-premise, your resources are with you, your assets are with you. You don't have any asset online that is in the cloud.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I hope it's clear, right? Everyone from yesterday's session, whatever we have discussed. So let's move on. And today we will be discussing the new concept and the first concept of this S4HANA sales, that is BP, business partner. So what is BP? Is it new in this S4HANA? Is it new in S4HANA? No, it's not new in the S4HANA. BP was there in ERP itself. And BP, but never we used it. It's there in the ERP, but we never used it at that time. But BP was used by new dimensional modules, like it can be GTS, it can be CRM, it can be SRM, it can be FSCM. These modules were using BP. Why these modules were using BP and why we are not using in the ERP? Because ERP was somewhere around in the 1992, but these new dimensional modules has come after 2000. And in the whatever the BP is nothing but customer master in the customer master in the SD module and vendor master in the MM module. But when I say it's the same, then why you are maintaining these things again? Because see, they are not same. BP is a BP, customer master is a customer master, and vendor master is a vendor master. They are totally different. Okay, but how they are get connected and how they are same, that is a simple example I'll give you. We used to create customer master in the SD module, right? I'll take an example of GTS. Whenever we create a, see, as you know, When I say customer master, it's in the ERP. This is one server, ERP, and you have GTS server, and you have FSCM server, Financial Supply Chain Management server, right? When I create customer master here, what I do is I asynchronously transfer this data to GTS system. Why I do that? And the same customer master in sales and distribution, it will be renamed, or it is called as business partner here in the GTS. It will not called as a customer master. It will be called as only business partner. Why I transferred this customer master from that is ERP to GTS? The reason is I need to check this customer is a denied party or not. That means the customer master, whatever I created, is a Dawood Ibrahim, or he is a Osama bin Laden.
Nirav
I can
Modi.
check that. It can be after some time, right? So
Yeah.
that will come this way. That will come here. Okay, that does the sanction party list screening will be done only in GTS, and other external credit things will be happen here. So I need to know, right, whether he is a Dawood Ibrahim or Osama, or who is that. I need to know that. So for that, what we do is GTS is externally connected to some data providers, like say MK Data, where it would be providing the denied party list, embargo countries, and all the things. So once I transfer this customer master to this particular GTS system, it will immediately check the customer name and this all things. Why? Because Osama, I can also write it as Osama, right? When I spell it, any difference? Osama, right? So GTS has a capability of checking even like this. That's the reason we will first check at the GTS whether this is a denied party or a sanctioned party. So when I want to check this, do I need to give Incoterms? Do I need to specify whether this customer is a high priority customer? Do I need to tell whether this customer he want to go for a what is that billing agreement? Like say I want to bill only on the date of 25th. Do I need this all information? Anyone to check whether he is denied party or not? Do I need this all information?
Not required.
Generally, we don't need it. What happens is, whenever we transfer the data, BP gets only general data. In the customer master, we have general data, company code data, and we have sales area data. Out of this, only general data would be going to this particular GTS system and converted as a BP. Got it? Likewise, same in the financial supply chain management, it would be the BP would be master data would be transferred here, and the master data would be checked against external interfaces of credit scoring companies, or what are the credit companies or financial companies externally we have. They will be interfacing and checking that customer whether any, like very recently, I hope you know, in a bank there was issue going. So any notice from some external organizations has been issued on this customer or not. This all would be taken care here, right? But now why we are calling it as BP in the S4 HANA? Because earlier it was a distributed landscape. You have a ERP system, you have FSCM system, you have a BP system. But now what happened? Everything is coming on HANA. And on top of that, it for S4 HANA. And as I told you, everything is getting integrated. So now there is no ERP. All the ERP functionality is in S4 HANA. GTS is getting integrated here, and FSCM is also here. So now all these three were using which database? The same database in the system. Earlier it was three different databases where you need to integrate and take the data and transfer the data. But now you don't need to. So your GTS module will use the same database which is there here, and your FSCM will use the same database, and your SD sales will also use the same database. Only the difference what happened is SD data will go and sit in KN A1 table, and this particular what are the BP, which are the modules were using BP, that data will go and sit in BUT 000. They will sit in this table. That's it. That's only the difference. But internally, these two are connected. Internally, again, these are connected. These BUT tables and these customer master tables are connected. Okay. So that is the need of changing this customer to business partner, because customer master was using only by SD module, but business partner was using by more than 5 to 10 modules, right? So when you are shifting to something new, why you want to carry the same old thing again, which is not compatible, and again you need to transfer the data, lots of things. You don't need to do that now, right? Instead of that, what they have come up with is CVI integration, customer vendor integration. See, many people think that customer vendor integration means you are like, as we already know, a customer can be also a vendor in business, and a vendor also can be a customer in business, right? So if I say customer vendor integration, many people think that it's in this way. That means a customer you are making as a vendor. A vendor you are making him as a customer, but not. This is not you are doing. What you are doing is you are connecting these two. You are creating a relationship between business partner and customer master. You are creating a relationship between your business partner and vendor master. That's what you are doing in the CVI integration, customer vendor integration. It is not you are creating your customer as a vendor or a vendor as a customer. Got it? Is the concept clear, everyone?
Yeah.
Right? So shall we go ahead with the system? Shall you, like how we need to configure these all things, or anything? Any questions before we move on to system?
Yeah,
So the
Praveen,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, actually, what I was asking, like in recent systems, you can see that some clients, like you cannot touch the master data. Master data is maintained in some other system like AMDS and all this. So through this S4HANA, so everybody will be having an access to maintain the master data, right? Through BP transaction, right? Or
No,
it's like in real time example, so that like some companies are done like this or something.
no. BP
Like
will
if
be
you can put
created.
some light.
BP will be still created by SD consultants, but the data will be earlier. What happened is, okay. Let me show you very quickly. Yeah, I'll show you in the ECC. Wait. I hope Sandeep, you are GTS consultant, right? Can you hear me, Sandeep?
Yeah, Praveen?
Yeah, you are GTS consultant, right?
No, I'm SD.
Oh, you are not
I
working
mean,
on GTS project?
yeah. No. I wanted to upgrade to GTS.
Okay, but no, it
So I
never
was looking
happened.
around for. Yeah.
Okay, it never happened because of me, right?
No, I can't say that.
Yeah, see, I'll show you a simple example. Earlier, what we used to do is, whenever we create a customer master, this is an ECC system, okay? Whenever we create a customer master here in the ECC system, what we used to do is, we used to transfer the customer master from ECC system to GTS system. How we used to do that? Yeah, this is the transaction to go to the GTS area menu. If I go to this transaction GTS area menu I'm in ECC. You see, when I go here, in the initial transfer, I need to first activate the pointers, change pointer. I'll show you. Activate change pointers globally. So once you go to change pointers globally, it's already activated. I don't need to, but you can choose what data to be transferred here. So if you go to the initial transfer of master data, you see transfer customers. That means I am creating customers in the ECC system, ERP. Then I am transferring these customers from ERP system to GTS system. You see, I am in GTS area menu. Initial transfer of customers to GTS. Here I can select and I can transfer the customers to GTS. Got it? When I transfer to GTS, what happens is there it will be functioned as a business partner. Okay, but now you don't need to do this. That means, see, you don't need to manually do this asynchronously. If you set up System will asynchronously transfer this particular customer master. Whenever you create a customer master here, end of the day or however you set up the synchronous, system will transfer that data. It will happen automatically in the backend. But if you manually want to do, you can come here and you can transfer and you can check whether it has been transferred or not. SLG1. SLG1, you can check whether it has been transferred or not. You can see a log. Okay, I'm showing you manual process, but automatically we can set up of asynchronous transfer whenever you create a customer. What happens technically in the backend, I'll tell you. Whenever you create a customer here, let's say I created a customer, Dawood Ibrahim, and when the data is get transferred to that particular next server, that is GTS server, immediately it will be checked against the denied party list, and it will update whether you can do business with this customer or not. Clear now, everyone? What we are doing earlier?
Yeah.
But now you don't need to do that. You don't need to transfer your customers asynchronously. Why? Because your GTS is on the same server, your FSCM is on the same server, your ERP is on the same server now. So when you create a customer in the S4 HANA, that's it. As I told you, the data, earlier what happened is, you used to have your KN tables in the ECC system, and in the GTS system, you used to have your BUT000 table. So the data from here KNA table, it used to go to GTS system and store in BUT000 table. Okay, it will be there. But now these two tables are available in the same database. Okay, as soon as you create a BP, but now customer master is a subset of BP. Okay, BP sits BP customer master is a subset of BP now. Now you create BP, then you decide whether you want to create a customer or a vendor, what you want to do. Supplier. I'll show you in the system. Okay. So first, let me make you clear on these concepts. Then only we'll go to the system so that you don't have to worry again what exactly this is. Right? So, see, I'm still in the ECC system. If I go to FSCM module here in the financial supply chain management, in the ECC system, credit management, you see master data is available. What is this master data? Nothing but business partner. You see, business partner master data. That means whatever the customer master I create in the ECC, it works as a business partner in the FSCM, or you take any other thing. And what is the transaction? BP. P code is BP. So BP is pretty much available in the ECC itself earlier, but we never used it. But now it is mandatory. Clear, everyone, or any other question on this discussion?
It's clear.
Clear, right? So we can go ahead and we can discuss further concepts now. Okay, coming to the BP. Okay, before even going to this, let me also show you the HANA server so that it will be easy for you. Okay, this is the, as I told you, this is the clumsy new UI. So even I did not get used to this, but we'll discuss on the new UI itself. Why? Because you feel FIORI is so comfortable if you learn on this UI. Let me log in. Just quickly log in. So how can you find out whether it is a HANA server, which version you are using? See, I'm telling that this is a 1709. How do you know that this is a 1709? Unless until you go to some system name or something, you don't know whether it's a 1609 or what, right? But where exactly to check? And what service packs also it's using? How do you know this? So if you go to some status system status, you can see the SAP core. I told you, right? It's a digital core now. So you can see this is running on which DB? Yeah, it's running on HANA database, right? It's running on HANA database. And what is the version? Okay, this is the host name, same name they have given. And if you want to see what exact version it was working, either it's a 1610 or 1709, you can go and check for the core here. Yeah, S4 core 102. 102 is nothing but 1709. 100 is 1511. 101 is 1610. 102 is this 1709. So this is the digital core. That means this is 1709 application, whatever we are using, right? Yeah. So now let's get into the BP, the business process transaction. Okay, see, as we have moved into BP, SAP has not removed the old transactions or whatever the things which we have earlier. Okay, so this is really clumsy actually. Okay, I'll run a transaction. What is the transaction we used to create? Customer master XD01, FD01, or VD01, right? Depending upon what you want to create. You want to create centrally, we used to use XD01. If you want to create finance view and general, then we used to create with FD01 or VD01, right? So the transactions are there in the system. The tables are also there in the system. Okay. So if I type slash XD01, enter. What system says it is redirecting to BP transaction as XD01 is absolute. That means you cannot create a customer master directly now. As I told you, customer master is a subset of your BP. Okay, so you cannot create directly customer master. You should create a BP first with a general data. Then you extend your BP to FI, that is company code data. Then you extend your BP to SD, that is sales area data. Incomplete, it is your customer master. Got it? So you don't have a like provision to create directly a customer master in SAP. You create a BP, automatically customer master will be created in the backend. Okay, with all the same fields, the same number ranges, we'll discuss all those things, account groups and everything. Nothing has been changed. How was customer master working earlier? We used to have a partner determination procedure. This partner determination procedure was put into your account groups, right? And whenever we are creating customer master, we are selecting these account groups. So what's happening? From this account group, system is deciding what should be the number range of this customer, what should be the partner functions, by because PDP is already assigned here. So this PDP configuration is flowing here and it is deciding what partner functions you need. Everything is decided by this account group. Then a customer master is created. It is the same thing now, nothing changed. It is the same thing. But what happened is, now your account group is assigned to your BP group. Okay. When you create your BP, system automatically go here and create your customer master. Automatically happens is you don't need to again do this all things. It's already there. Your VivoPan transaction is already there. Your OVT0 account groups transaction is already there. This is working. They are pretty much working. Your front-end transaction XD and XD01, VD01 are not working. They have become absolute. But these transactions are pretty much working. Why? Because if you need to configure something, that means in the sales area data, I don't want delivery priority field. Where do we hide it? Anyone? We used to do it in the account groups. So still you do the same thing in the OVT0 account group. Partner functions, the same thing you do it here. But what happened now is you don't need to do this all things. Once you create a BP, this account group is already assigned to your BP. Basing upon that, system in the back end will create a customer and give a number to customer. That's clear. So technically you don't need to create a customer master, but customer master is automatically created in the back end. If you create a BP, customer master will be created automatically in the BP, but you don't need to specially create it. So what is the transaction to create a BP? See, if you see here, Okay, I'll run the transaction BP. Business partner. When I land in this screen, BP, you see what each system is showing: person, organization, group, and this is the screen. When I run the transaction, direct to BP. But if I run a transaction, see whatever we are discussing for customer master, exactly applicable and implies to the vendor master. So we are not discussing vendor master here. We will discuss only customer master because the same steps, same thing, everything applicable as it is to vendor master. So, but if I run XD01 transaction, what system says? So XD01 is absolute. You need to do it only with BP transaction. That's fine. And system is giving an option for you to select whether you want to create a person, you want to create an organization, or you want to create a group. So why system is asking like this? Because system knows that XD01 transaction is for customer master. So that you can go ahead and you can create a customer master. You see, directly system has taken me to customer. Directly it has taken to me the customer and it is showing some fields. But if I run BP transaction, it is not showing me anything here because system don't know what you want to exactly create, whether you want to create a vendor, you want to create a supplier or a customer. System don't know here. So you need to choose and you need to select the BP role here. Or if you come from XK01, vendor master, even here system says the same thing. The XK01, whatever the vendor transaction is been absolute and you need to do it with BP. And if I select organization and if I say continue, again system will take me to the same FI earlier screen. Yeah, you see system again has taken me to this vendor screen now, right? So if you are coming from the old transactions, system will redirect you to exactly what you are looking for. But if you come straight from the transaction BP, you need to select what you want to do, whether you want to create a customer master or you want to create a vendor master or you want to create a supplier. What you want to do, you need to choose, right? So now let's see what is this person organization group. Like when I run the transaction XD01, system is asking me what you want to create. You want to create BP as a person or organization or group. You see, BP is standing tall above these all things. Okay, BP stands tall above customer master and vendor master because as I told you, vendor master first you need to create, then you need to extend your vendor business partner to customer or vendor. Person means an individual person. He can be your sales employee, any individual person. If you want to create business partner, as we already discussed and we know, business partner, whatever we have the partner functions in the ECC as well. We have lots of partner functions, right? We create consignment partner as a SB, special stock keeping partner. Our credit manager, KB, credit representative, KM, it may be vice versa, or vendor, we used to create it, right? So that means in persons, companies, groups, plants, everything you create as a BP. Okay, before going to this, let me show you one image. I hope many of you guys can recall by seeing that old memories because we all learned SD, CRM by seeing that image. Let me show you. Yeah, any certified consultant, you will be easily identifying this image. Anyone, you remember this image still? Anyone?
I don't remember.
No, okay. Any CRM consultant? CRM will easily remember. Why? Because this screen was first part of the CRM certification book in 2001. Okay. This screen was from 2001, 2001 or 2003 from the CRM certification books. Okay. You see, as I told you, CRM was first, business partner was first introduced in CRM like this, business partner in CRM. And you see, patient in hospitals, you create patients as a business partner. In banks, your clients, loan recipients, tenants, customers, debitors, employee, creditors, vendors, plants, everything you create as a business partner. In what case you create a plant as a business partner? Anyone? What scenario? What scenario you create a plant as a business partner? STO, stock, right? STO, stock transport order. Earlier we used to create it as a customer and assign it because to get the ship to party details. But now as you don't have customer master, you create a business partner, right? So this is the structure of business partner. That means anything now should be created as a business partner. See, patient, you don't deliver anything, physical goods, you give service. CRM used to handle service, right? So business partner was a pretty old concept in the SD module. Sorry, SAP, in the SAP. So let's go back again to this particular. So how you want to create, whether person, an organization, that means a company. Group means it's a group of companies. Tata, first create a group of company Tata, then you create organizations under the group, right? So now let's go ahead directly to the BP transaction. I'll select organization. So what system says data of business partner contains what? Okay, not this. If you try to switch, a system will give you similar kind of a pop-up saying that would you like to extend this business partner whatever you created? Would you like to extend it and create in the FI, SD? It will give a warning message. If you want it, yeah, yes. If no, no. We'll see that also. Okay. Required fields. Okay, this mandatory field is missing. No problem. Let us come back with /m BP. So let me select organization. Okay, just forget about this screen, whatever you see in the left side. Okay, later we'll see what is this, or else I'll close this, not to confuse you. But see, you will be seeing similar kind of screen. Don't confuse again. Wherever you see BP, you will see similar kind of screen. In the left side, you will have a search option to find, and in the here you do generally these things, but it's a clumsy red screen. So let me close this. You have business partner. So what I want to do, I want to create an organization. Let me click on organization. When I click on organization, first thing what system was asking me, did you notice in the bottom status? Choose the role in which you want to create your business partner. In which role? What is role? You see, create in BP role. What is BP role? Let's discuss. Okay, for this partner, business partner is nothing but a number. Once we create all the business partner and if I click on save, system internally picks the number and display the number. So this field is to only show you the business partner number. So system is saying choose the role in which you want to create a business partner. Which role? What is that role? That is, as I told you, now in this S/4HANA, all the business partners are categorized as roles. What are the roles which we have and we should be learning? That is, by default, you see, system is asking for general by default. What is general? It is nothing but general data. General data. In the customer master, we have three, right? General data, company code data, sales area data. BP role 000. BP role 000 is nothing but general data. The role, 6 times 0. The number 6 times 0 or BP partner general is nothing but your general data. As I told you, first we should create BP, then you should extend it to your FI, that is your company code data. So how do you do that? You need to extend it through a BP role, that the new BP role is now, that is FLCU 00. For finance, if you want to enter all the company code data, we have different screens right there, 4 screens or 5 screens. If you want to enter that data, you need to have the BP role piece. Further, if you want to extend it to sales and distribution, then it is FLCU 01, where system will display you that sales, shipping, billing, all the tabs, whatever we have in the sales area data, it will be showing when you go with the role piece. So what system is asking? First decide what you want to create. See, this is mandatory. You cannot skip this. You cannot skip general data. It should be there. But you can choose between these two, whether you want only FI or you want to only SD or you want to have both. You can decide later, right? So role, from where this role is coming. Okay, you see lots of roles here. You can select roles. Likewise, vendor also. So FLCU 00 FI customer. At the same time, FLCU 01. Sorry, very quickly. Yeah, FLCU 01 is also a customer. That is nothing but your sales area data. FLCU 00 is FI customer. That means only company code data. But FLCU 01 is sales area data. And all zeros is your general data. That 6 zeros is a general data. Even for vendor also you have the same kind of roles. Vendor, supplier, everything you have a role. In GTS we used to use SLL roles. You see vendor FLVN01, FLVN00. These are vendor roles. So from where this role is coming and what does this role control? This role comes from the backend. So if you go to SPRO, see there is a very clear demarcation even in the SPRO. I'll tell you a small short tip for you to remember. Okay, anyway, I'll show you. So after showing, I'll tell you. You see, there is a new thing called as cross-application components here. Whatever you want to do with a BP, as I told you, BP is separate, customer master is separate, right? But we don't discuss that two things. It is one BP. But for your understanding as a consultant, you should have a clear demarcation understanding of what exactly BP and what is exactly customer master and how it is. You need to know where exactly this is. So configuration is also it's available in two different nodes. Whatever you have BP number ranges, BP account groups, BP categorization, everything you will see under the cross application components. You drill down this cross application components, then you will see SAP business partner. In the SAP business partner, again you will be seeing SAP business partner, SAP again business partner, basic settings, business partner roles. This is the same thing, right? It was asking us, you see, PP role, business partner role. So from where this was coming, see, user is only has an option, drop down, and he can select what he want to create. But how this should behave, what should be the mandatory fields, what should be the number range, you configure it here. You configure it here. BP roles. Define BP role. So what are the BP roles we have seen? 6 times 0 is business partner. General data, what is that? FLCU 00 is FI customer, and FLCU 01 is the customer SD related data. So here where the BP roles were, see SAP has given enough roles. You don't need to create or configure something. You can directly use it. But in case in your project, if you need something more, you need to. Okay, and for BP role, if I select FLCU, if I select this, you go to details, you see a BP role has been assigned to a BP role category. Okay, a BP role has been assigned to BP role category. The functionality is in the category, functionality is not in the BP role. By seeing FLCU 00, it's not all the time. That means if I copy this FLCU 00 to ZLCU 00, see, you know OR. in our sales and distribution, or in the, even here also sales document is OR. If I copy OR and if I write it as ZOR, how system knows that ZOR is also a sales order? Anyone? How system knows that? How
That is
system identify?
document category, correct?
Right?
Yes.
We have a SD document
Yeah.
category as C, and the same thing will be copied here as well. It is C. That's the reason system is identifying. Okay, ZOR is also sales order. If I change it to B, even though it is named ZOR, it will behave as a quotation, right?
Quotation.
Even here it's the same thing. That means, see, it's not that you copy FLCU, if you don't want to disturb the standard FLCU 00 PP role. So you are copying it as ZLCU 00. That doesn't mean that this is a FI customer. Okay, this is only namesake. You can copy and you can write it as anything, XXXX, you can write it as anything. But how does it behaves like that? It behaves like that with the role category. Okay, a BP role is assigned to BP category. In the category again, you will have lots of controls. What is the BP role category? FLCU 00 or 01 controls. They are FI customer. You see, they are FI customer. In the role category, FLCU 00 is nothing but FI customer. So this is how system knows this all data. Got it? And what are the possible business partner categories this should role have? Organization, person, group. That's what system showing us. Right? So the BP role, whatever you are seeing in the front end, when you try to create the business partner, is nothing but it's coming from this cross application components, this BP role. So got it? Is it clear, everyone? From where it was coming here in the drop down selection? Clear, right?
Praveen, that is clear.
Hmm.
Yeah, but why these many roles? I still don't understand.
Yeah, because as I told you, the way you use business partner in GTS, the way you same you may not be using in FSCM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it should have its own properties. And second thing is, you name an option, SAP has that. You see, court is also a business partner now. Your competitor is also a business partner. Collector, commission clerk, anything, a carrier, broker, anything is a business partner. Why? Because see,
But these all shows an individual, right? It's not an organization, correct?
yeah, if it is an individual, go and choose only person. Don't create organization.
Okay.
If
But
it is
Are
right
these
now
like
we are
account groups, Praveen?
what's that?
Are these like account groups?
Not exactly account groups.
not
This is like
account.
customer. A grouping comes here. Okay, grouping comes here. Under that, you have this role. It is similar like first we select account groups, then after we create the customer master, right? It is the same thing. You need to select your grouping group. Then you need to select your BP role here. Basing upon that, only system will show you the number range or fields and everything.
But grouping here is blank, right?
Where? So we'll select it. We have not come there.
Grouping is.
We'll come there. We are discussing only this field as of now, BP role. Right? So once you select BP role, yeah, any question?
Praveen, just one thing. When you showed that category, right, BP role category, that one, if you can go to that screen. So in category, what I noticed is it's like everything is ticked, like organization, group, and person. If you can click anything, yeah, in the details.
Okay.
See, you can see here only organization and person is ticked.
Yes.
But when you went to that FLC 00, it was everything was ticked.
Yes.
So
Because,
how does it make the?
Yeah. Because whenever I'm creating a customer master, it need to be allowed to create in the all areas. That is general data and company code data and sales area data. Right?
Oh, okay.
So system
And
shows you all the options there.
oh, okay. So I can we can create it as a group or organization. So that's how it differentiates.
Yes.
And in customer master, account group controls everything, right?
Yes.
Each and every field.
Yeah.
So here,
Hmm.
How it is controlled, like the fields and all?
The same thing. We'll discuss that. The same thing. Business partner has business partner account group. Customer master has customer account group. It's the same thing. Nothing has been changed. I'll show you even that
Okay,
also.
and
We are discussing only
okay,
one
one
thing.
more thing.
Yeah.
That open BP is there, right? Open BP, is it one-time customer?
Here, this one you're talking about.
No, group, beside that group, one tab is there, open BP. No, above that person, organization, group, and
Okay,
open
okay,
BP.
okay. These I really not checked it. What exactly this is?
And we had an option that we can take it as, in
Okay,
account
maybe
group,
this
it's
is
a,
the display option. I guess maybe this is a display option. That's it. Nothing. Wait just a moment. Yeah, the open BP is nothing but you want to open sovereign business partner. You can open that and you can do edit here. You see change organization 200. You just click on open BP, give existing business partner. Again, it will open and it opens in a change mode.
uh-huh.
Got it? So you can switch between change
Okay.
and display here. You can open, this is the change mode and this is the, earlier we used to have icon. Change mode, we used to have different transactions, right? Now we don't have different transactions. XD01, XD02, XD03, we used to have different transactions for different these things. Now we don't have different
Yeah.
transactions, only one transaction, BP. In the BP,
Uh-huh.
you are creating, if you want to change, open BP. If you want to switch to display, change, you can do that here. In one transaction, you create everything now. Even blocking also, you don't have XD04, XD05, you don't have those things. Everything is included in the BP transaction.
Okay, if I have to create one-time customer, like for pertaining to SD, one-time customer.
Yeah.
So how does you differentiate from person, organization, group?
You don't do that here
It's
in the
like,
BP. You don't do that in the BP. You need to configure that particular account group for the customer master and you need to assign that to the BP. As we proceed, you'll get a clarity. Okay.
okay,
Why? Because
okay.
it's better we go from the forward way rather than coming in the reverse. If I need to answer
Yeah,
your
yeah.
question, that would be the last topic we'll be discussing in this session. So let us even coming, instead of coming back, let's do it from the forward thing. Okay, so I'm trying to create an organization and system is asking
Hello,
choose
Praveen.
BP role and I told you what is BP role. Now you understood what is BP role. And see, this is the screen where everything is showing up. You can see person, you can see organization, you can see group and everything. If you don't want, you can suppress these things. In the back end, you can suppress these all things. So as if it is a vendor, it's showing everything.
Praveen,
Yeah, Madhu.
if you create BP, that is a customer for
Can you be little louder?
suppose
Can you be little louder?
FLC, 1 second. If you suppose create one customer for general data with BP role FLC 000, and if you want to extend it for FLCU 01 or FI customer
Hmm.
or any other customer, how will you extend it?
When you are in the change mode, you can just select the drop down. Okay, I'll show you. Wait. We'll discuss that anyway. You just drop down and instead of 000, go and select this
No, if you
FLC01.
already created with general data view, if you have
Even this,
created a general customer.
see, so in general data, it will open in the change mode. Okay, okay, or else I'll show you. Wait. So I have a custom BP say 200 already existing. So there is a customer already existing. It's in general data, right? How do you extend it? Just drop down and select how you want to extend it. So I want to extend it to FLCU. Just let me select the right one because it's some things. Okay, FLCU 01. Select this. You see, it has been extended now. Customer, and you can go here and you can check. Sales and distribution is available
Okay,
now.
suppose we have created for organization, then it means we can extend it to organization, not to person or a groups.
No, you cannot.
Whatever account group. Okay.
Okay, it's only for organizations or an organization. Yeah. So let's come back to this screen again. Okay, in the organization, we have first choose the role you want. Okay. Yeah, first we discussed what is this BP role. So now I hope you got an understanding what is BP role. Next is grouping. What is this grouping? And why you need to select grouping. So this is my grouping, S401 internal number is my grouping. It is similar. When we create a customer master, we used to give account group. Likewise, when you are creating a business partner, you need to give, this is business partner account group. Why? Because a number should be generated, right? For this, some number should be generated. How does this number generated? When you select this internal number range or external number range. If I come out of the roles and grouping, define business partner, not this. Okay, number ranges is here, number range and grouping. Define number ranges. This, you see the transaction BUCF. BUCF, this number range is your business partner number range. You see edit intervals for business partner. And once you do that, you assign it to group. You first create the intervals, the range, then you assign the same range to your account groups. That is BP account groups. This is, we call it as BP groupings. So my BP grouping is S401. Yeah, this is my S401 internal grouping. And this is the number range what I'm using. Is that clear? Why we are selecting groupings? Right?
Grouping is exactly similar to
Account
group what we normally.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I think almost same.
Same. It's not almost. It's the same. Okay. So you
It's
select
same.
group. Yeah, it's the same. You select grouping. You have given business partner saying that you want to create general data. Okay. I just obviously we are not going field by field. Okay. I'll not explain you any fields, but because it's the same. I'll explain only the functionality. So let me fill up some mandatory data. So I'll call this company name as say Apollo. Let's take Apollo. Right. So I'm just filling only mandatory. Search term is mandatory. Say Apollo. And postal is mandatory. And language is mandatory. Okay, so I've given only mandatory details. So I'm not going to these all other views what is available because we are not going to discuss the field by field views. So now I'll save it. When I click save, you see system has generated me a partner number and showing here in the 201. You see, earlier this field was blank, right? When we select the grouping and when we select the BP role, this field was blank. So when I saved it, system has pulled this number 201. From where this 201 has come? It's from the same
group
here.
that is.
You see, I created my account group S401 and it is 01 the number range. And if you go back and see my intervals, what is the assigned here? 01. This 01 has been assigned same there, and 201 is my customer, the present what I have created. The same thing system has assigned it to my customer, PP. Is that clear? See, now now a business partner has been
So it
created
is
with
just
general
picking
data.
up some random number, Praveen?
Not random number. It is a
No, the random
range.
number between the ranges,
Range,
right?
yes,
Not
yes, yes.
see,
I think it
because
is
actually
connected.
it starts from 1 and ends with some 10,000, but it is not in a starting series of 1, 2, 3, something like that. It has picked up some 201, which
No,
is a random number
there
within
there
that
are
range.
there are already 200 customers. If you see earlier, it was
It
showing
is continuous.
200. Earlier it
Oh,
was
okay.
200, and 200 is also my customer, and 201. If I create one more, it will be 202. It is continuing.
Oh, it
Continuous.
will show what is the last previous one.
Yes, yes. Whatever you created just now, if someone, see, this
Okay,
is an online
same
server.
as
If
what
someone
we
else created, it will show it as 202. Okay.
Okay,
And see,
okay.
always it is recommended that you should put your business partner number range internal. Okay.
No, yeah.
I'll tell you why you should put this as internal. It's a very important. Always your business partner number range should be internal. Okay. So now let's come back to this BP screen. So a BP has been created. So if you see, there is one new thing added here: status. Earlier we used to have address, control data, payment transactions, and some marketing. These all fields, right? A status has been newly added here. What is the status? Status will control archiving customers. You remember we used to archive with XD0, 6 or 7 some transaction, blocking of customers. That means you don't need to juggle between different transactions to do different work. If I want to release a, okay, let me take you to the ECC. In the ECC, we used to archive the customers by XD0. Anyone remember the transaction? XD06, I guess.
XT05.
05. Yeah, 05, right? And
Yeah,
flag
okay.
deletion. Yeah. But now in the S4 HANA, as it is simplified, that is what also a simplification. That means you don't need to juggle between and open 2-3 transactions to do a single job. Everything is available at one screen. Okay, just you change the tabs and do whatever you want. That's it. Even this is simplified at this level. See, in like say you take 15 years, 20 years back, the objective of any software or you take anything, the objective is to give solution. First, give solution. That used to be the objective earlier. But now it's not just giving a solution. How best you are giving the solution? What experience you are giving to the customer? So as you know, SAP has come up with a FIORI with a UI UX concept, and FIORI is used by end users, right? At the same time, SAP has taken consultants also into consideration. Okay. Now, consultants also can experience this kind of thing. That means not into total, but at least you don't need to go to 3, 4 screens or 5 screens to do a single work. In one screen, you can do works. Okay. So that's how this number 201 has been generated from the BP grouping, whatever we've just seen. That number range we assigned, and we have assigned that number range to our grouping, and system has picked the number range. Okay. General data, business partner has been created. So if I take you to the table level, slash n, SC16, I take you to BUT 000, and what is the business partner? It is 201, right? 201. Yeah, you see, 201 partner, business partner has been created. But can you see customer here? You are not seeing anything related to customer here. Even in the front end, the screen, you don't see anything related to customer. There is no customer number or something related to customer, anything here, right? Why? Because as I told you, BP, plain this particular BP is used by other modules. That is your new domain FSCM, or it can be anything modules. But when you come to the SD point of view, like say customer master, that is where you have financial data, where you have SD data, you need to extend your BP now to those areas. How do you extend it? I'm in change mode now. So just go and change the BP role. FLCU 00. First, let us extend it to FI1. FLCU 00. There was a lot of junk created in this because it's an online server. Anyway, testing learning server, anyone can create. It's hard to find out the exact one. FLCU 00. We need 00. Yeah, FI customer FLCU 00. When I press this FLC, okay, I'll show you one more before going to this. If I click on more here, you see these are the tabs available. Switch between display and change, check, maintain relationship. Only these things are available here now, right? But if I extend this to FLCU 00, and now if I go to more, I will see company code data. Earlier there was no company code data, you remember? Okay, sorry, this is my already existing customer. Let me, oh yeah, 201, right? This is what we are creating. Yeah, so company code data. Earlier this was not there. When I was in 000 or 6 times 0 BP role, it was not there. But when I choose FI, that means I'm extending the same business partner 201 to company code area now. So click on company code. As I told you, you are not seeing anything related to customer number, anything here, right? But if I go to company code data, you see something as customer here, and but it is internal. You remember I told you business partner number range should be always external, but customer number range should be always internal. If not, there will be inconsistency. Okay, I'll tell you what is that inconsistency. Okay, now
Then will it not have a two different numbers, Praveen?
I will come there. We'll come there. It's a very interesting concept. We'll discuss that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. 201 customer has been created. Some mandatory. Okay. Let me extend to company code my S401. I don't know. May throw an error reconciliation account. Let me select this. I'm not filling this field, but click on save. Okay. Reconciliation is mandatory. I need to create a reconciliation, or else let's select something available. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's working perfect. May not be. If I click save again, it may throw an error. Okay, yeah, good. It has taken the same reconciliation. I don't need to create it. You see, now it's not internal. What is this? Customer number has been generated 62. Right? We did not enter it. It has picked automatically internally 62. Right? So as I told you, customer is a subset of business partner now. You don't need to create a customer. You create business partner, customer will automatically create in the backend. So now if I take you to the table level, you see earlier, if I scroll on to the right, there is nothing called as customer number. Okay, now it is generated by because we have that customer. So now what I do, that means business partner will directly not have a relation to the customer master. Okay, business partner will not directly have a relation. See, if I take you to the same KNV table now, KNA, I'll take you to the KNA1 table now. And what's my customer number? 62, right? 62. Yeah, you see, my customer 62, Apollo, whatever I just created, it's there. You see, KNA1 table is there. Customer general master data, KNB1. These tables are there. It has not been removed. But there is a relationship between this KNA1 and this BUT0. Earlier, it used to be in two different servers. We used to transport so that the data was to go and sit there, right? But now both BP and customer master are sitting in the same server. So how do you connect that? Through some CVI integration, that is customer vendor integration. We'll discuss that CUI integration. But how to find out BUT 000, right? BUT 000, business partner is 201. You cannot see what is the customer number, that is 62. You cannot see it here. Nowhere it will be mentioned as customer 62. Then how do you identify what customer has been created under this BP? Under this BP, what customer has been created? How do you find out that? That is, you need to take this particular GUID. You see this GUID, business partner ID. Copy this GUID. Copy this. Now go back. There is a separate table for this linking, that is CVI underscore CUST underscore link. This is the link bridge between your customer master, whatever it's creating now in the S4HANA, and your business partner concept. So if I go to the CVI, see it is same for vendor as well, CUI underscore VND underscore link, if it is vendor master. So if I select this, and now if I enter this GUID, what are the GUID I copied from the BU000 table, if I paste it here, you see now it says customer is 62. You got it? Now it says customer 62. Where this customer 62 has been stored? It has been stored in this BU, BP GUID, and this GUID we have picked it from partner, business partner table. We have picked it from business partner table. Is it clear, everyone? You got the point? This is the GUID. So lots of to and fro's. We are moving to and fro's, so it might be a little confusing, but when you watch the video, you will get a clear clarity. Okay. So this is the connection or a bridge between your business partner and customer master. Okay, but where this customer has coming from? How does this 62 or whatever that number, how it is generated, and where is the relationship between this customer and this business partner? That is, let me show you. Whatever is related to customer master, I told you, right? Whatever is related to business partner in the SPRO, you will see it in that you will see it under the cross application components. But whatever is related to the customer master, it will be seen in the financial accounting, accounts receivable and accounts payable, customer accounts, master data. Here you see customer master data, creating customer master data. It's there, pretty much there, but in a different way. Okay, so here, so you can go to this preparations for creating customer master. You have lots of things. You can also control account groups with the screen layouts. You remember screen layouts? It has all the controls. If you go here, create number range for customer master. I told you, right? There is nothing has been removed. Customer number ranges were there, accounts groups were there, partner functions were there. If I click on this, it will take me to the same transaction XDN1. You remember XDN1? Same transaction, right? And object debitor. And if you go to the intervals, you see, this is the number. Someone has created customer, I guess, so it's showing 65. But what is our customer number? 62.
62.
Right? From where it is generated? Same customer number ranges. Right? Same customer number ranges. So what you have done? You have selected this customer. You created your number range, say 01. And you assigned it to your customer account groups. There is an account group new given here, that is Debbie, customer account group. And if you see this customer general data, you see I assigned 01. So what happened here technically is, I'll take you to that step next. See,
Praveen, just 1 second. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I was asking, every time do we need to create in one step and we need to extend it? Like in XT01, we can create the customer centrally, right?
Yes.
It was easier.
No,
Yeah.
see, Here you need to extend it. Why? Because here the idea is business partner is used by other modules, many modules. First create a business partner. As I told you, then next comes the customer master, which is a subset of the business partner. Then you extend it, whatever you the way you want. Where you don't have a sales kind of thing, you extend it only to the finance. Okay.
Okay, if I'm creating a sale order, if I'm creating this
Yeah, very good question. Yeah, just a moment. Very, very good question. Let me go back to show you that first. Okay, if I create a sales order now, what should I mention? Whether a BP or customer master? That's
yeah.
customer number. What should I mention? As I told you, BP is nothing to do with sales and distribution. BP is nothing to do with customer master. What is my output 01? Okay. So 01 should be also 01 and this should be also 01. Yeah, if you see sold to party and if I go for search and what search only find it? Okay, Apollo. I'll go with Apollo. You see, customer number is 62. There is no BP relation for us in SD. Like means coming to the sales SD part in the S4 HANA, you have BP. BP should be mandatorily created and customers will be created under BP. But when you create a sales order for any communication, you use only customer but not BP. But I hope this is what your question, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, right. So it's a customer. So now let me take you back to something which is very interesting. How this number has been generated, 62. That is, see, first we configured member ranges. I'm talking about XDN1. First we configured XDN1 number ranges. That is 01, right? That means it was already there in the system. We haven't discussed how to configure it, but I'm telling the logic. This number range has been assigned to account group DB, right? Then this DB account group has been assigned to your S401. That is nothing but your BP grouping. This is BP grouping. This is customer account group. This is BP account group, and this is customer account group. And when you created a business partner, this is system is taking the number 201 from here. As this all is interrelated, system also picked this number and showing that customer number is 61. Is it clear now? And where we have done this assignment, I'll show you. I'll show you this assignment.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take you there.
So it's a two different number ranges which is assigned separately for a BP and also for a customer, right?
Yes, exactly. It is two different things, but they are connected. How? You are assigning your account groups. Let me go to S4 and show you. Not this. Let me close this screen. Little confusing, but it will be very clear once you finish complete session and you go through this. Okay, now let me show you where do you assign it. So let's go back to cross application components. Let me close this particular financial accounting and go to cross application components. In the cross application components, scroll little down. Business partner. Under the business partner again, business partner. Again another business partner. Now you don't need to go to business partner. Okay, you see here, earlier what we have done, we have clicked business partner and again we have gone to business partner and there we have seen basic settings. and all the things, right? Business BP roles, the number range assignments, and everything we have seen here. You don't need to go there now. Just cross-application components, SAP Business Partner, and if you come little down, you will see something called as master data synchronization. Go to this master data synchronization. This master data synchronization, you will be seeing customer vendor integration. This is what the integration between the customer master and material master. I told you, right? We will be assigning the account groups. This is what we do. So now go to the customer vendor integration. Master data, yeah, customer vendor integration. Then I have to go to business partner settings. Then in this, now select customer. So as I told you, whatever I say for customer, it is exactly the same for vendor as well, menu paths and everything. So now let's go to the settings for customer integration. And in the settings for customer integration, select this particular field assignment for customer integration. Here you have account key. In the assign key, select this direction, what you want to do. Whether you want to select BP to customer or customer to BP. Okay, let's select this, define BP to customer. You see, here this particular happened. If I go to position, or else I'll show already existing one. Oh yeah, show you. What is my BP grouping? S401. You see, for this S401 grouping, customer account group DB has been assigned. The link what I was talking earlier, you remember? So what we have done? Okay, it has gone somewhere. Let me take it this way. So first XDN1 number ranges, say suppose XDN1 number ranges, whatever we created 01 has been assigned to DB, and this is where we are doing this integration, CVI integration, customer vendor integration. Then this S401, whenever you create BP, system is picking business partner number from this grouping and customer number from this grouping. This is 201 in our case and this is 62 in our case. Is it clear? How this relation
That is
happens?
the only account group?
The general account
That is
group.
the...
No, you have
Okay,
your
that is
group
DB.
party, everything. That is DB is only for customer general data.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That we use
here
this
I
yeah, go ahead.
just thinking like if every time we will keep on extending, though it's not our job to extend it to FI, that FI people has to extend it, right? But how there would be, what I feel like, there would be a lot of overlapping of general data. Suppose I had created one X customer named as X, right? But I didn't extend it to anywhere. It's still lying there as X in general data.
Okay.
But if five people or somebody has to know it, that okay, X has been already created so that I can extend it, right?
Yeah, see, as you know, master data in the real time will not be created by 10 people, 15 people. That access will be having only with 1 or 2 people, right? And they are pretty much aware that what is that customer is available, general data, and they know what to extend it to it. Okay.
Okay.
So that when they want to create a company code extension, they'll not again go to BP. They will go to change mode of BP, whatever existing, and they will just extend it.
Okay, only few people will be having access to master data.
Yes, no one. That means if you have 1,000 users will not have access to create master data. Senior people and authorized people will be having it, and they are pretty much aware. You will give training anyway to them, right? So whatever we are seeing is company code data, right? Usually you will not be seeing the sales area data, but I already earlier done that, so that's the reason it's showing. But if you want to extend it to sales and distribution, you need to select FLCU 01. FLCU 01, that is, you are extending it to sales area data. Now select sales and distribution. Pretty much it is similar, right? Sales has been renamed as orders, shipping, billing, documents, partners, same. But why there is no partners here? Because I haven't still extended this customer to sales area, right? You see, my sales areas are still blank. But if I input my sales area, S40101, sorry, S401 01 and 01, and if I press enter now, you see partner has been generated. And what is the partner number? It's the same partner number like what we do in the customer master. First it shows internal when we are creating customer, but when we save it, system will generate the partner numbers. And from where this partner number is coming, it's the same thing. Now the complete customer master, that means the business partner, including the customer master, has been completed. Okay, tax was missing, so it's a known error, right? I hope you know that. Tax field was empty, that's the reason system is throwing error. If not, everything was perfect, right? So this is business partner concept in the S4HANA and the CVI integration, what happened. And yeah, pretty much we discussed everything coming to the table level as well. I've shown you how it is generated, right?
So
So
Praveen,
yeah.
here here in partner function, just now you shown as a 62. There is nothing to means integration between customer hierarchy. Customer hierarchy.
Customer hierarchy into the BP.
Yeah.
I hope it's not there.
Is there any relation or it is coming automatically?
It's coming.
I'm just asking.
This you are talking about is partner function numbers, whatever here, or customer hierarchy concept.
No. Partner function came as 62. Yeah. This one.
This how it has come, right? It has come from the same configuration what you already know. That is, you created a partner determination procedure, right? PDP. What do? We created a PDP somewhere here, and what we do, we assign the PDP to account groups. Where is that? Yeah, we assign PDP to account groups, right? If I go to account group, my account group is Debbie. You see, my Debbie has been already have AG, and this AG partner determination procedure already have this partner functions. This AG already has this partner functions, SP, BP, and these things, and this AG has been assigned to my account group Debbie. Everything is interconnected. You got the point, Madhuri, or everyone? Any question on this? You got the point?
Yes, Praveen, got it.
It's working exactly the same as I told you. First, what we do generally to create a customer master in the SD, first we need PDP. Why? Because when we select account groups, system should decide whether we are selecting sold to party, ship to party, or bill to party. So we will create an AG or whatever it is. We already put the partner functions here, SPBP, PY, and then we assign that to the account groups, and then create customer. System will get the every functionality and display the number here because AG has been assigned here, number ranges has been assigned here. Here, this account group here is nothing but your Debbie. For this Debbie, you assigned your number ranges, right? You assigned your partner functions, everything has been assigned to Debbie, and Debbie is your customer account group, which has been assigned to your BP grouping. Clear? Yeah.
Yes, Praveen.
One another thing. Yeah. So whatever we have seen here is okay. Now I need to fill all these things again. Let me go to company code. Let me go to the company code area. By customer, company code. Okay. You see, business partner is different. Customer is different. Earlier, Niharika, you were asking, right? how do users know that? Say if I already created a BP with the general data, later if I want to extend it to company code data, how do they know that, and how they do that? Because see, in the real time what we do is we will maintain both numbers to be same. Now it is generating a different number. Your BP number is separate 201, which is used by these new dimensional modules, and from the customer master you use 62. But in the real time we don't do this. We make both same. Where do we do that?
Yeah. So account group should be same.
Number ranges should be same.
Yeah. Number ranges. Sorry.
Yes, and yeah, and you remember I told you that always your BP that should be internal and external, and this should be internal. The reason
Yeah.
is this is the reason. To have same number ranges, it is possible only if you have your BP numbers as internal and your customer number is external. If not, system will throw an error. There will be a conflict. I'll tell you what is the conflict as well. So let me go to the SPRO. This is very lengthy menu paths. Account cross application component. Yeah, cross application components. And let us go to very lengthy menu paths. SAP business partner. In SAP business partner, go to master data synchronization. In the synchronization, go to customer vendor integration. And in this customer vendor integration, business partner settings. In the settings, again settings for customer integration, and here SD to BP role. That means you are assigning your account group to BP, right? Not this. Where we are now? Define. No, not this. This one. Settings for no, not settings for financial account. Settings for always confusing. Just a moment. Where we are now? We are with customer vendor integration, right? Then next, business partners. Yeah, in business partner settings. Under the business partner settings, customer settings for customer integration. Under settings for customer integrations, you have field assignments for customer integration. It's same. In the earlier, we have seen the same menu path where we assign our customer account group to vendor account group. Go to assign keys and define number range assignment for direction BP to these things. And if you come here, what we done here, we have assigned our DB customer account group to S401, the BP grouping. You see here, there is same number. That means if you want your
Praveen,
BP number, yeah.
is there any T code for this path?
No T code. No T code. That's the reason you have seen, right, how much I was confused. It was the same every time. You have to remember it's a very lengthy menu paths, no T code. So here you mention whether if you want a same number. Okay, you activate, system will generate the same number. But for this, the rule is two things. One is you should have same number ranges. Okay, same number ranges. And the second thing is your BP number range should be internal and your customer number range should be external all the time. Why it should be external? Why this should be specifically external? Only then only it is possible a same number, because when you create customer one, what system is okay? Let us put it like this way. This is BP and this is customer number. When you create customer number one, sorry, BP number one, system is already picking customer number one, because if you observe, customer you don't have it, even though it says external. When you create a customer in the company code data, even though it says external, do you have an option anywhere to enter this customer external number? Anyone? Nowhere, right?
Yes.
We don't have an option. We don't have an option to, even though we mention external, it's not like our customer master, we should enter the number. You cannot enter the number, even though you mention it external. System will automatically pick it. That means if your range is say 1 to 100, and even this, as I told you, number ranges should be same. Even this is 1 to 100. If your BP number is 1, system will automatically pick this as 1. If it is 2, system will automatically pick this as 2, 3, 3. So that same number is possible. But what if you put this as a internal? Internal. What happens? There will be inconsistency, because sometimes what happens, you may miss number 3 and go for number 4, right? At that time, there is inconsistency. What number to pick now? But because 3 is still blank, you have not created 3. 3 is still blank. Whether you should take 3, that means, you see, if you take in this series, this is 3 and this is 4. So there is inconsistency. So that's the reason always it should be internal, the BP number range, and customer number range should be always external.
Okay.
Got it? So this is how you create all the customer vendor integration and everything. But technically, you need to do some processing. Okay, you don't need to do that. It is already done in the system. You don't need to do. But I'll take you to the menu parts and I'll show you what exactly it was. Okay, if you can see the synchronization control and post processing office. Okay, post processing office and synchronization control. You don't need to do anything there, but okay, it's good you know that. Master data synchronization, same here. You need to do the synchronization control. Preparatory steps for you can go for synchronization control again here, and it will ask for synchronization objects. In the synchronization objects, this should be active everything. If not, it will not help us to synchronize to customer to vendor, vendor to customer. So it's already synchronized here. Okay, BP, you can see all this CVI BP underscore extractor. This all things has been in place. Likewise, activate synchronize options. These all should be activated. That means a BP should be synchronized to customer. BP should be also synchronized to vendor. At the same time, customer also should be synchronized to BP and vendor also should be synchronized to BP. Right? The relation, the link should be there. So where do you mention? Here you mention. If you don't want, you want only customer, okay, activate only customer. Okay, so this is synchronization options. And some message controls are there with the post processing office where it can generate some messages. Somewhere it would be here. Establish recipient post processing messages. No messages anyway here. For you can create messages telling the users if something goes wrong, a mandatory field is missing or something, you can trigger a pop-up from here. So this is all the concept of customer master, BP, that is a business partner integration with customer and vendor. There is no term like integration. That is only called as BP. But to make you understand, I have segregated and I have done lots of things and told you, but it's only BP. But for your understanding, it is customer master, it is vendor master, which is getting subsets like under this particular. Is it clear? Any questions?
Yeah, Praveen.
Yeah, just a moment.
To say in the real time.
Go ahead.
Can I go on?
Go on.
See, in the real time vendor master we create, and if in case is a same vendor as even customer also if we have, again we will create in the customer master. But here we need to do the two numbers for the customer or vendor, correct?
No, you don't need to. Just go again here. Instead of FI0 thing, select the vendor thing. Go and why? Because your vendor is already synchronized to BP. Your BP is already synchronized to customer earlier. That setup is already there, right? So you just go here and select whatever the role here. That's it. System will again take you to that particular screen.
Then Praveen, in that case, the customer number, vendor number, both will be same. Yes. Business partner number will be same.
Whatever the business partner number, you will be taking the customer vendor number the same as I told you. You will not have everything number in the real time. Everything will be remain same. You see, I am still in business partner 201, but system is allowing me to create a vendor now. And if I go and generate,
In short, if I say, actually, business partner is one thing which created on top of everything, customer master,
That's
vendor
what the
master,
same.
and all, and we are creating some link. That's all.
That's it. That's what the same thing I'm telling. Why I'm creating link? Because the setup was not there. Earlier, what we used to do is business partner in a different server, customer master in a different server, right? In the your
Yeah.
BP is in your BP is in one server earlier, and your ERP is in other server. We used to connect through some interfaces. You're transferring master data. So what are the data you created in KNV1? It goes and sitting in the BOT 000 here. But now these both are here in the same, right? But there is no relation. Now you created a relation in the S4 HANA.
Then in
And
the
one
vendor
more,
field, they have removed or not?
No
Like
more.
still
It's
laying
same.
like
It's
that
there.
only.
It's there. It's there.
actually, that I feel before customer master, we have ship to party, sold to party, bill to party, payer, and all separately. And vendor is different. But now I think whether it is a vendor or what, sold to party, ship to party, everything clubbed together in BP role.
BP role. No,
Is
even
it
though BP role, again, you
that,
can have your own separate vendor, separate option. If you go to the sales area data partners tab, system will allow you to insert more, like it can be payers and these all things. Okay. If you go to the
because
partners
if I
tab,
want to create one, now we have used Debbie as a customer group, as a BP role, I think. Now it is, sorry, not BP role. Debbie is the account group, which is something like in our ECC, it is sold to party.
yes.
So if I'm making a ship to party, then what should be the procedure? It is same.
Same thing. Assign the second group to your business partner grouping. Extend it.
Okay.
So the system will
Then
create a new payer or worship to party, come and insert into the partner functions.
what we are doing extension, that same thing can be done by drop down. Just select and save it.
Save drop down. And if you notice, I don't know, how do we extend one customer to multiple sales areas in the ECC?
Yeah, normally we go to XD01 or VD0, whatever it is.
We have an
Then
option
enter
of
the new.
reference, right? We have a reference
Yes.
option. That reference option you select and you extend it. You need to get to use this UI screen first. All these days we are using that 740, right? That is very much handy to get used to. FLCU01. FLCU, okay. So you don't, you as I told you, there is only one transaction BP. You don't need to go here and there to do many things. Extending your customer to other sales areas also, you will do it in the same screen. Yes. Sales and distribution. You see, sales area. Go to sales area and give how many sales areas your customer you want to be in present. That's it. Just you can do it here in the same screen. You don't need to go to again XD01 reference these all things. And you can switch between the sales areas as well here itself.
So it is more centralized.
Yes.
Also, Praveen, so when we do migration of the customer master from SAP ERP to S4 HANA, then what will be the mapping between the old customer master and the BP partner function? Will all of them go under one BP partner function and with different customer? With different groups as groups as account groups, or
it will be different. It will be different. We'll discuss that in the conversion project. In the conversion project, we'll discuss that how to convert master data from ECC to S4 HANA. But because
I think I'm struggling a little bit to understand why I would need more than one business partner at all. Like we can have one business partner as the top level and all customer numbers created under it, right? What is the scenario where we'll have a second business partner and a second set of customer numbers under it?
No, you should understand this way. A business partner is a customer. Okay. If I say X is a customer, X is also a business partner. That means he is two different. So this X is Praveen. Say Praveen is a customer, Praveen is a business partner. Again, Sandeep is a customer. Sandeep is also a business partner. Business partner will be used by these new dimensional modules, and customer will be used by SD modules. That means you cannot ignore BP. BP should be always there.
Right. But will it be one common BP for all the numbers?
No. See, when I create Sandeep as a BP, it will generate number 201. But for me, it may generate 200. Every BP will have its own number. It's not a centralized BP. It's not one BP under that you have all the customers. It's not like that. Every BP will have its own customer. BP means literally it's a customer. See, to put it simple,
okay, so whenever I create a new customer, I'll create a BP number and a new customer.
To make you understand, I simplified as two things called as BP and customer. It's only to compare between the SD and to make you understand very well. If not, there is no customer, only BP.
Yes, that is what
right. But I'm trying to see the relation between 201 and 62, 63, 64.
I'll come there. That's the bird's eye view. In S4 HANA, you have only BP. But customer master, vendor master are subsets here. Because, as I told you, when you create a sales order, you will be using a customer master, not BP. But why you are putting under this? Because again, you don't have an option here to transfer this customer master to new dimensional modules, right? You don't have an option here. You don't have that sending that particular whatever I shown the GTS kind of thing. You don't have it here. So it is created centrally here and stored in two different tables. What it was done earlier, same thing. And so this will be used by whatever the modules need BP. Like say FSCM module need BP. Your CRM need BP. Your GTS need BP. It will be used by them. Customer number, whatever it's created, will be used by SD.
SD, yes.
Okay.
So that means whoever is having a relation with my company will be created as a BP.
Yes.
And if it is a customer, then SD people will use them as a customer with a business or BP role. Yes. And if it is a vendor, then MM people will use as a vendor with a business role. That is BP role. So yes. BP role will be the role of, will be in our control. But yes. Business partner is whoever is having a relation with my company.
Yes. You see,
whether they are buying, whether they are supplying, whether they are servicing, anything.
Plant you are creating as a BP today. Why? Because earlier what we used to do in the SQL scenario, we used to create plant as a customer. But you don't have an option to create customer here now, right? So plant also you should create as a customer now, and this will automatically trigger that shift to party details.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, it might be a little confusing in the initial, but it would be pretty easy if you can understand the logic. That's the reason I have broken into different pieces and I have explained you. Go ahead,
Praveen, what I'm asking is, we have created one BP under that person. So that same BP can be the organization, can be the group. Somewhere is the setting is there, like the same.
Some number. That option. The number ranges for person will be different, organization will be different, and this will be different. You cannot have the same number ranges, right? It will be a conflict.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions, anyone?
Praveen, Sandeep again. So when I create a new customer, say I got Apollo Hospitals as one customer. I'll create a BP and I'll create the customer number, say 201 and 62. And if I have say another,
let me clarify one thing. You create only BP. Forget about customer. Okay. Customer is automatically created. You don't create it. You need to only do the assignments. That's it. Customer is automatically created. Forget about customer. You create only BP. That is Apollo. Okay.
Okay.
What is your next question? Okay.
So that means 201 that you created corresponds to Apollo Hospital. The customer number for the number for Apollo Hospital, the BP number.
Yes.
And then you created 62 under it.
I think that is wrong, Praveen. I think that is a mistake which we felt. Confusing. 62 is by mistake. Actually, it will be the same number.
It should be the same number, Sandeep and everyone. As I told you,
Yeah.
it was showing different number, but in the real time you don't see different number. Okay,
It will
in
be
the real
same.
time you will see the same number. Okay, if your BP is 201, your customer number also will be 201.
And if they become a vendor, that also 201.
Yes, it would be the same. Never it is going to change. So here, as
Okay,
I,
so for another hospital, as a customer, say Tirupati Company Hospital, I'll create 202 and as a BP and 202 as the customer number also.
Yes. See, to make you understand and to tell you the difference, I have not set up that configuration to have the same number. Why? Because if you see the same number, you will not understand or you will not go to that configuration, right? So to make you understand, that's the reason I have put it two different numbers. But if you do the same number configuration, system will trigger the same number for Apollo. So you create a Tirupati hospital tomorrow, it will be 202. Another hospital, 203. Both will be same. 202, 202, 202.
Okay.
Like everything would be same.
Okay, got it.
To show you the difference, I have put two different numbers. If not, it will be the same number in the real time. And see, you go for requirement gathering, your customer for sure will ask you, your client will ask you, I want these numbers to be same. I cannot remember two numbers for every customer. Your customer itself will ask.
Okay, got it, Praveen. I think when you created the two different numbers, that threw us off a little bit.
Okay. See, what we have done is,
Yes.
as this is the online and training server, there is lots of messed up. So if I delete or change some number ranges, it will affect many others. That's the reason I'm not changing the number ranges. If not, I would have shown this to you. Okay. So if
That is why you told it should be always internal.
Yeah, that's the reason I particularly told you it should be always internal.
Yeah.
What happened is,
Not in our control.
this number ranges is used by other guys as well. This is online server. If I change for my requirement, they will suffer. Okay, if they change, I will suffer parallelly. So that's the reason. If you understand the concept, leave it like this. If you want to try it in the system.
But Praveen, one more case I have noticed. In this S4HANA, there is one different. There is an option of same as, but in other thing it is not there. So here internal means it is not internally continuous number. Rather, it is internal, but it is same as the other number.
Other number. Yes.
Business partner number. Yes. Okay. Clear. Yeah.
So there need to be some SAP notes also to be applied. So I'll share you these all documents. See, I'll do one thing. I'll filter these documents. You don't need these all documents really, if you understand the concept. If you want it, I can send, but it is a junk again. You don't have the clarification which document to use. I'll select 3-4 documents out of which you need. I'll send it, and I'll also send you the SAP notes as well. Okay. So practice it. If not, see, two things. As I told you, I'll be providing you the server access. SAP HANA server access is little expensive. At the same time, you cannot get a right server. Okay. If you have 10 vendors in the market, but only 1 or 2 servers are up to the mark where you can practice. So I'm giving you the best server to practice. So if not, if you don't practice it within this 2 months, again you need to spend close to 3,000 per month for the server access. And you don't even understand the concept as well. So do it immediately. So for this weekend, we have discussed some basics of what is HANA and this all things, and we have finished this all. We have seen the synchronization and post-processing office. I've shown you the configuration and everything. We have discussed this. Next weekend, what we do, we'll schedule, we'll see same. One complete practical session of FIORI, and we'll discuss a deep dive of Activate methodology and what are the implementation options you have. As you know, we have different implementation options like this. You can go for a system conversion, ERP to on-premise, or you can go for new implementation, greenfield from any ERP or other ERP, from SAP to or other ERP legacy to complete greenfield implementation. At that time, you have an option to go for on-premise or cloud, or else SLT. You have a distributed landscape. You have 50 ERP servers in 50 countries. When HANA is in one, why you want to have a distribute? So you do a SLT, server landscape transformation, that you have this option. So these all things we will broadly discuss in the next session, and we'll also discuss migration to S4HANA with a business case. Your customers will ask you 100 questions why I need to migrate to S4HANA. You need to have answer for the 100 questions. We'll discuss that. Yeah, Madhuri, go ahead.
in your notes, you will be in your notes. There will be where we maintain same number ranges for the customer as well as BP. The configuration is given, right?
Everything. If I say something, I will support it with document. I hope you know it, right? If I say something, for sure I'll support it with a document. Unless until I don't support
Yeah,
in the
Praveen.
document, I don't tell that. Everything is there.
Yes,
So
sure.
when I'm giving in the customer master, when I'm providing this much documents, that means you can understand everything about customer master under the sky. You have it here. That business partner. Okay, you get everything under this. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone?
So Praveen, just one last question. Will there be change in the user exits also associated with these objects, like with S/4HANA, new user exits and the old user exits will be obsoleted, or is there some integration?
See, some work as well as it is, some don't work. So for that, what you can do is there is an option called as custom code analyzer. SAP tool is there. Once you run the tool, system will tell you which will work, which will not work. In the transformation preparation itself, you have a couple of tools. So when you do this three kind of thing, system will tell you which code is absolute, which code is not absolute, which you can carry as it is, which you cannot carry. Right. So these all things we'll discuss at the time of conversion project.
Okay, Praveen.
Okay. So not to confuse you, why? Because you don't know how much we have discussed in this just 2 days. It will take you at least a week to go through. At least a week to go through just with these 2 sessions. So let's go a little leisure so that you will also understand with a good clarity. So next week we'll plan it like this. So we'll finish a FIORI and we'll finish SAP methodology and we'll also finish we'll do one thing. One complete session we'll put it for system practice like today. What we have done BP complete on the system. The FIORI, everything hands-on the deep dive on the system. We'll discuss this one day. And this activate methodology, and I'll give you a business case. And as I told you, the QADB and checklist for going to the customer, that we will discuss. Then we can go in a good pace from the other weekend. Yes. Yeah. So any questions for today, or shall we call it a day? And please give your